Welcome back. We can't hear you, Rajeshwari.
Good evening, Pinaki sir.
Yeah, super good evening. How are you?
Awesome.
Awesome. So did you apply whatever we learned yesterday, whatever we discussed yesterday?
Yes, means I'm not using negative words. Yeah, means not so good word. Weak words, not so weak words. Means I'm in awareness of that.
Super, super. Did you speak to anybody or did you just share this knowledge with anybody?
No, that I have not done.
बस यही करना है अभी रोज यही करना है every day you
Okay,
learn new things you just go and talk to people
okay, sure.
ideally talk to 10
Okay,
यहाँ जितना लोगों से आप बात करेंगे उतना आपका अच्छा तरह से प्रैक्टिस भी हो जाएगा and not only that people will also know that you have something to share with them
okay, sure.
that's how you keep on building your brand okay and then eventually what you can do you can just start delivering the same course as a training program to others you have access to everything you will have access to all the videos so you just need to start your own training programs and you can this is a training which you can actually deliver to anybody it is not necessarily limited to teens okay so this is actually a proper NLP course the only difference is it is being delivered in a way such that you don't even know that you are learning NLP okay cool today we will be discussing something very interesting and this is about as I mentioned is all about knowing to getting so knowing to getting is the way you and I normally learn anything okay so in knowing to getting there are 4 steps similarly it is exactly almost similar to as we study in NLP which is from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence ठीक है तो वो वाला हम NLP में कवर करेंगे बाद में आज हम पहले इसको कवर करते हैं let us see that how we learn things okay so basically we follow 4 steps 4 स्टेप हम फॉलो करते हैं to learn anything and it starts with knowing so when we talk about knowing that means we are talking about some knowledge ठीक है now knowledge अगर हम मान लेते हैं कि पूरा विश्व ब्रह्मांड में जितना नॉलेज है अगर उसको हम पूरा 100% मान लेते हैं वो पूरा 100% है वॉट एवर नॉलेज इज अवेलेबल out of that entire knowledge we know only two things ठीक है उसमें सिर्फ 2 ही चीज हमें मालूम है ठीक है वो 2 चीज क्या है द फर्स्ट वन इज आई नो व्हाट आई नो ठीक है ये हो गया केडीके सो आई नो व्हाट आई नो आई के आई नो व्हाट आई नो तो जैसे आपको पता है आपका नाम क्या है you know your name you know who is there in your family you know के what is a tree look like okay anything that you know is you know so you know that you know so I know what I know IKK then comes the other part which is I know what I don't know that is IKDK so what is that so do you know how to fly an airplane
No.
so you know that you don't know how to fly an airplane okay okay have you seen Everest
In pictures.
in pictures but not in reality right so you know that you haven't seen Everest in reality but you have seen in pictures so you know that you have seen it in pictures but at the same time you know you haven't seen it in reality have you met Amitabh Bachchan
No.
or Prime Minister Modi
No.
so you know that you haven't met them yet है ना तो उनका आपने जो भी देखा वो अपने स्क्रीन में देखा या मूवी में देखा या पिक्चर्स देखे होंगे टीवी पे देखे होंगे बट यू हैवंट सीन देम इन रियलिटी सो यू रियली डू नॉट नो व्हाट देयर सो आपने उसका भी एक पिक्चर बना के रखा है ठीक है सो दीज आर थिंग्स दैट यू नो दैट यू डोंट नो There are many things that you know. You know how a refrigerator operates. आपको पता है? आपको नहीं पता. So you know that you don't know how a refrigerator operates. ठीक है. आपको पता है कैसे आपका वॉशिंग मशीन चलता है? How does it work? No. तो आपको पता है कि you don't know how a washing machine works. ठीक है. So this is that part of the knowledge which is I know that I don't know. हो गया 2 part. Now comes the third part. And this third part is something that you don't know. The funny part is that you don't even know that you don't know. एक तो हो गया I don't know, IDK. Funny part is I don't even know that I don't know. अब जो आपको पता नहीं, पॉसिबली नहीं है कि वो आपको पता नहीं. आपको क्या पता नहीं, you don't know about it. है ना? Like इसके बहुत सारे क्लासिक एग्जांपल्स है. फॉर एग्जांपल अमिताभ बच्चन की एग्जैक्ट हाइट कितना है? You don't know, and you don't even know that you don't know. है ना? Maybe you heard about some say dolphin for example. आपको पता है, आपने डॉल्फिन देखा नहीं, फोटो देखा है. ठीक है. अब ऐसे बहुत सारे सी क्रीचर्स है जिसके बारे में आपको मालूम ही नहीं. So you don't know there is something called dolphin exist. ये भी पॉसिबल हो सकता है. You don't know something called coral exist. जब तक आपको पता, आपने पहली बार आंखों से देखा नहीं, आपको पता नहीं कि ऐसा कुछ एग्जिस्ट करता है. You don't know that there is something called giraffe exist. है ना? क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं कि आपने देखा ही नहीं, आपने सुना भी नहीं इसके बारे में. So there are so many things which constitutes that part of the knowledge which you have no access to, and you don't even know that that exists. बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं कि हम जब सांसें लेते हैं तो सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन की वजह से हम लोग जिंदा हैं. हवा में अगर ऑक्सीजन की कमी हो जाए तो हमारे सांस फूलते रहेंगे. We'll find it very difficult to breathe. बोलेगा यार हवा तो है, फिर क्या परेशानी होगी? बोले हवा तो है लेकिन पता नहीं परेशानी हो रही है. So that's how oxygen got discovered. ऑक्सीजन कैसे पता चला कि एयर में ऐसा कुछ है जिसकी वजह से हम जिंदा रहते हैं? So that's how science discovered so many things. Okay, so many people they got to know about existence of oxygen during COVID phase 2. इसके पहले उनको पता ही नहीं था कि ऐसा भी कुछ एग्जिस्ट करता है, और उसी की कमी की वजह से आई एम गेटिंग वीकर. There are so many things. So this is that part of the knowledge that you don't know, and you don't even know that you don't know. अच्छा, फनी पार्ट ये है कि ऐसे बहुत चीजें आपके बारे में जो आपको पता नहीं लेकिन दूसरों को पता है. So they will tell you, but you won't agree because you don't know what you don't know. Now others can see it, so they will say, and you say, आपने तो देखा नहीं ना, आपको पता नहीं. So you won't agree naturally. एक एग्जांपल देते हैं. आप साड़ी पहनते हो आप लोग, तो जब आप साड़ी पहनते हो तो अपने आपको मिरर में देखते हो ना. मिरर में आपको जैसे दिखता है, लोगों को वैसे दिखता है क्या? मिरर में आप देखते हो पल्लू राइट साइड में है, लोगों को क्या दिख रहा है? लोगों को आपके लेफ्ट साइड में पल्लू दिख रहा है कि नहीं? तो उनको क्या दिख रहा है आपको मालूम नहीं. So you don't know how you look at in the eyes of others, and you don't even know about that. घड़ी पहनते हैं आप, घड़ी लेफ्ट हैंड में पहनते हैं मान के चलो, एंड व्हेन यू लुक एट इट इन द मिरर, तो घड़ी आपके राइट हैंड में दिखता है. बट व्हेन अदर्स सी यू, दे कैन सी यू आर पुटिंग इट ऑन योर लेफ्ट हैंड. सो ऐसे आपके बहुत सारी चीजें जिसके बारे में आपको पता नहीं, एंड यू डोंट इवन नो, यू एक्चुअली डोंट इवन नो हाउ यू लुक लाइक. क्योंकि आपको जो दिखता है वो आपका मिरर है. इट्स अपोजिट थिंग. आपका लेफ्ट राइट में दिखता है, राइट लेफ्ट में दिखता है. So you do not know exactly how you look like in the eyes of others. उनको दिखता है, आपको नहीं दिखता. And you don't even know that. है ना? आप कितना कॉन्फिडेंटली ऐसे ही निकल जाते हो ये सब ठीक है यार, है ना? So you don't even know how you look like, look in front of them. So ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, and these are the things that others can see. इनको हम बोलते हैं blind spots. They're all blind spots of your life because these spots exist, but you are blind to them. आपको पता नहीं, उनको दिखता है, आपका हेयर स्टाइल उनको दिखता है, आपने आईने के सामने तो आप बैठ के देख लो, but the moment you are out, you really don't know now what is happening with your hair. You can't see it. You can't see your back. Can you see it? आप कितना भी कोशिश कर लो, you cannot see your back. You can only make an assumption कि शायद ऐसा दिखता हो, but only others can see it. You can't see it. So there are many such things. इसको हम बोलते हैं blind spot. ये हमारे एनएलपी के लैंग्वेज में ये सारे वही चीज है जिसको हम बोलते हैं अनकॉन्शियस इनकॉम्पिटेंस. ठीक है, सो विल कवर इट इन व्हेन वी टॉकिंग अबाउट इट. यहाँ पे हम लोग यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज अबाउट नोइंग. सो इसमें क्या है, a beautiful example that we can consider while we talk about this is how you learned how to ride a bicycle. You know how to ride a bicycle? पता है आपको ना? अच्छा, अभी उसके पहले आपके पास उसके बारे में बहुत ज्ञान था. Before you started even riding a bicycle for the first time, you knew many things about it. किसी ने आपको ये भी बताया होगा कि एक बैलेंस नाम का चीज होता है, जब तक ना वो आपको मिलेगा तब तक आप साइकिल नहीं चला सकते. And probably you have tried it also once or twice and you discover that कुछ तो है जो मेरे पास नहीं है, लेकिन जिसके पास है वो चला सकता है. So you get to know about something. This is the knowledge part कि साइकिल चलाने के लिए आपको बैलेंस चाहिए. So first thing you got to know that I know that I do not know how to ride a bicycle. And then you learn कि bicycle चलाने के लिए you need to have something which is called balance. ठीक है, so this is the knowledge part of it. अब आप जितना बड़े उम्र में सीखेंगे उतना ज्यादा उसके बारे में आप ज्ञान लेंगे कि भाई बैलेंस होता क्या है. जितना कम उम्र में सीखेंगे उतना आप ज्ञान कम लेंगे. So now you have all the knowledge about what balance is all about. Next, what happens when you try to ride the bicycle for the first time, then you discover that you are falling on that side जिस type का pedal डालते हो. This is the understanding part. So knowledge के बाद का जो step है वो understand, knowing, understanding. So when you apply that knowledge, when you make an attempt to apply that knowledge, you understand it. That's how we learn. ठीक है, तो लर्निंग का जो सेकंड स्टेप होता है वो होता है अंडरस्टैंडिंग. अब जब बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं आप ऐसे ही पढ़ाते हैं, उसके पहले दिखाया कि ये चीज है, नॉलेज ये है, देन यू आर टीचिंग दैट चाइल्ड, एंड दैट अनलेस दैट चाइल्ड इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट यू आर टीचिंग, वो फिर आगे बढ़ ही नहीं पाएगा. सो द इमीडिएट नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. उसके बाद क्या था, कोई आपके पीछे से साइकिल को पकड़ता है, and that person may be running with you, or if you have a support with your cycle on two sides, so you will have two wheels there which is there to support you, so you are now making an attempt to ride the bicycle. तो जब पीछे वाला बंद आपको छोड़ देता है थोड़ी देर में, तो आप गिर जाते हो, क्योंकि आप जब पैडल मारो कोई पीछे आपको पकड़ के रखा है, तो आप क्योंकि you got a sense of that this is what understanding is all about, understanding balance. Now what is happening, the moment that guy is leaving the cycle from behind, you fall. ये वो स्टेज है जिसको हम बोलते हैं रियलाइजिंग. So knowing, understanding, realizing. Now you realized that you need that thing जिसका नाम है बैलेंस, और वो तभी मिल सकता है जब पीछे वाला बंदा आपको छोड़ देगा. जब तक वो पकड़ के रखेगा तब तक आपको उसको मिलने वाला नहीं, क्योंकि सपोर्ट ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल. नाउ विद दैट स्टेट यू स्टार्ट राइडिंग. तो आपने देखा कि अरे चलो अभी तो मैं 2 पेडल मार पा रहा हूँ, देन आई कैन do it for 3 to 4 times, then 5 to 6 times. All of a sudden, what will happen? You will notice that now you are riding the bicycle. It happens just all of a sudden. Like now you are surprised what to do now. इसके पहले आपको कोई ब्रेक लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, क्योंकि your foot was working as the brake. साइकिल या तो इधर गिर रही थी या तो उधर गिर रही थी. So your legs were working as the brakes. Now the moment you got that balance, it started moving, and now you are wondering what to do now. Now you want to stop, but you don't know how to stop. और जाके आपने क्रैश किया, किसी ना किसी का आपने आगे से धक्का मारा. अभी साइड से कुछ नहीं हुआ, इससे पहले तक साइड से हो रहा था. The moment you got that balance, you hit somebody in the front, maybe some object, something, कुछ. या तो आप घबरा के what to do now, so you put your foot down to stop the cycle, and then you got hurt. First time brake का ऐसा ही होता है. So that is how you discovered, okay, there is something on brake also. You can ride the bicycle only when you get that balance. So you can do anything and everything in your life when you actually get that. That is the moment when that knowledge becomes yours, like you become that knowledge. So knowing, understanding, realizing, getting. ये होता है चारों स्टेप. NLP के लैंग्वेज में getting is that part of the knowledge when things are become, you become unconscious to your competence, that you have already developed that competence, but you are unconscious about it. Because once you learn how to ride the bicycle, you will never forget it. आप चाह के भी भूल नहीं पाएंगे. इसको बोलते हैं ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हैपेंस एग्जैक्टली इन द सेम प्रोसेस. नोइंग, अंडरस्टैंडिंग, रियलाइजिंग, गेटिंग. नोइंग, understanding, realizing, getting. KURG. Everything that you learn, it passed through all these 4 stages. If you know how to swim, it passed through all these 4 stages. If you know how to ride a bicycle, if you know how to ride a scooter, if you know how to drive a car, if you know how to swim, you have gone through all the same, actually went through all these 4 steps. If you know how to cook, even while cooking different dishes, it followed the same process. There are many dishes you never heard about them. So when you look in the internet, you find out, oh, there is this new dish. Now let me try it out. So the moment you discovered it, initially it was in the zone of I don't know what I don't know, and I don't even know that I don't know. From there, it moved to the domain of I know what I don't know. Then it moved to the domain of I know what I know as you cook that food, cook that dish. वो डिश जब आप 3-4 बार कर लेते हैं, now you become an expert in that. You don't need that recipe to do it again. Yeah, so that's how we get things. Anything you can think of, even while writing. Like the first time you hold a pencil, आपको exactly पता नहीं पेंसिल कैसे hold करना होता है, तो आपको सिखाया जाता है. So first you learn how to hold a pencil, then you learn how to write with a pencil. Then you hold a pen, then you learn how to write with a pen. शुरू में you cannot write with other pens. Then after some time, whatever, if you have any pen in your hand, you can just write. Because your subconscious learned the art of how to use this device. It has reached that state of getting it. Okay, so that's it for today. Now you can think of anything. Everything is passing through these 4 stages, and the first stage is knowledge, and knowledge has 3 components. I know what I know what I don't know, and I don't even know what I don't know. That is, those are your blind spots. You can't see them, but others can see. So that's why in NLP, like I say, that if somebody is telling you something which you can't see for yourself, but they are telling about you, the only question that you would ask yourself is that with this new awareness, like you are not aware of it, somebody made you aware of it. So with this awareness, what do you see possible for yourself? आपको कोई बोलता है कि आपका ना ये बिंदी हट गया है. Now what you do, if you have a mirror, pocket mirror. You will just take it out and check and do the new. आज के डेट में तो मोबाइल से भी कर लेते सेल्फी ले. Just take it. But if you didn't have any of these two, what you will do? Either you will take help from somebody, or you will find a mirror nearby. और अगर mirror nearby नहीं होगा तो कहाँ जाओगे? In the washroom. This is all the possibilities that you see for yourself the moment you are aware of this. So with this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself? So always appreciate when people says anything about it. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be encouraging, it could be discouraging. कुछ भी हो, आपका सिर्फ एक ही फोकस होना चाहिए. With this new awareness, what do I see for myself? What can I do with this new awareness? But others can see it. So your projection is your perception. And when your perception is equal to their perception, then that means your projection is correct. We'll cover this also in one of the sessions. Your projection is your perception. हमारे NLP में when we're covering the beliefs of excellence, वहाँ पे we talk about communication. And one of the beliefs is that whatever the other person is getting from your communication, that is exactly what you are communicating, whether you accept it or not. You may say that मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोला था, I didn't mean this. But if the other person is getting that message, always listen to this word, getting. When the other person is getting that message, that is exactly what you passed. Many good teachers या जो कोच होते हैं, जो ट्रेनर्स होते हैं, जो मेंटर्स होते हैं, they ask this question: Did you get this? This is the only reason why they ask this question. Because unless you get it, it is remaining in that domain of knowing, understanding, and realizing. So getting it is the most important thing. And this is a question which you can ask anybody with any kind of internal representation or with any kind of representation system. So representation system kuch bhi ho, you can ask this question to ensure that that person is actually getting your point. So whenever you are replying to any question or whenever you are teaching somebody, end it with this question: Are you getting me? Are you getting it? Did you get this? Get word होना बहुत जरूरी है. Get का मतलब है कि that person actually got it and he will never forget it for the rest of his lifetime. As long as that person is not getting it, it is in the domain of knowing, understanding, and realizing. इन तीनों में से कहीं पे हुआ है. So in that case, you can ask the child or you can ask the other what you are not getting. Or instead you can ask that, अच्छा कहाँ तक समझ में आया, क्या समझ में आया, मतलब कितना अंडरस्टैंड हुआ, कितना रियलाइज हुआ. So that you can actually specifically ask these questions. So what did you understand? तो बोले इतना मैंने सीखा. You can ask them, okay, what did you realize now? That person will tell you what did he realize now. And from there, you need to take the next step to ensure that he gets it or she gets it. You have to be very careful about these questions, and these questions are very powerful questions, exceptionally powerful questions. Do you know about this? Knowledge हो गया. Okay, do you understand this? या कहाँ तक समझ में आया? How far did you understand? कोई concept आप किसी को समझा रहे हो, तो बोलेगा यहाँ तक उसने समझा. बोलो okay, what did you realize now? So that person will actually say, what did he realize? And once that person reaches that realization state, you can move to the next step and you can ask that other person, what do you want to know now? Or often क्या होता है, the moment that person actually talks about what he realized, he quickly gets it. So once that person says that, okay, whatever you said, so what did you realize? So he will or she will say, what did he realize? And then the fourth question will be, so you got it now? Did you get it now? If the person says yes, you can actually ask that what did he get? And if he actually can narrate that what did he get, your job is done. Did you get this? Whatever I'm telling you.
Yes, Pinaki.
Very important. Did you get this? ये है ontology. Ontology is a science of being. So ontology में सब कुछ start होता है यहीं से कि आप जानते क्या हो. So what is the first step? Very first step of ontology is to figure out how much you are connected to your resources, or rather what resources you have access to. There are so many resources around, but you don't have access to all the resources. So what resources you have access to? For example, आप कहीं घूमने गए हैं, आपको पता है कि यहाँ पे सिर्फ स्टेट रन बसेस ही चलते हैं. You don't know whether a taxi service is there or not. Now, if you don't ask, how do you know? So you can ask somebody that यहाँ पे कोई टैक्सी सर्विस चलता है, हो सकता है उसने शायद टैक्सी सुना ही नहीं होगा. या आपने उसको पूछा यहाँ पे कोई कैब सर्विस चल रहा है, हो सकता है उसने शायद कैब शब्द सुना ही नहीं होगा, टैक्सी सुना है लेकिन कैब नहीं सुना होगा. तो उसके दुनिया में कैब डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट एंड ही डजंट इवन नो दैट देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड कैब एग्जिस्ट. In fact, that person doesn't even know कि टैक्सी को ही कैब बोला जाता है. In his world, he doesn't know what a cab is, and he doesn't even know that he doesn't know about it. Same with in that case, you आपको पता नहीं कि यहाँ पे टैक्सी सर्विस है कि नहीं. आप कैब कैब बोले नहीं नहीं नहीं. Now you ask somebody कि यहाँ पे कोई टैक्सी सर्विस है, बोला हाँ है. बोला अरे मैं तो उसको पूछा उसने मना कर दिया, उसको पूछा उसने मना कर दिया. बोला आपने पूछा क्या था? मैंने तो यही पूछा था. क्या पूछा था? आपने टैक्सी पूछा था? नहीं, टैक्सी नहीं पूछा. So you need to be very careful about the language that you're using, and you have to be very careful whether the other person is actually getting your message or not. All right. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, Rekha. So if you have any question, you can ask. If you have no question, you just start practice.
Yes, I don't have any question. I will just practice.
So we covered two things. One is reframing, simple reframe. We only covered simple reframe, just using not so, and followed by a strong opposite word. That is what we did yesterday. And today we discovered getting things. Knowing, understanding, realizing, getting. Okay. So we have to be very clear about whether that person is in that stage of knowledge, in the stage of understanding, in the stage of realizing, or actually getting. Okay. That's it for tonight. Bye bye.